The NAIT men's volleyball team has quietly put together a strong start to their season, going 5-1 through the first 2 weeks. The Ooks were looking to continue that hot play as they took on the Keanu Huskies. After winning the previous night in 5 sets, the boys were going for the 2-game sweep. Pick things up in the first set, Mike Archibald gets the kill, and the Huskies would take the set 26-24. However, it was all NAIT after that. Anton Borodek comes up with the huge block. Second set goes to NAIT. Third set was more of the same. Trevor Zemlak with a huge spike, 25-11. We're going to jump ahead now to the fourth set, match point. Put that one on the Dean's list, and it gives the Ooks the win, improving to 7-1 on the year. Good for second place.
Well, compared to last night, we just took control of the game, which really helped. We maintained our pressure. We kept, giving the ball back hard, taking the easy balls, putting them back hard.
The Edmonton Oil Kings are having a rough season, as is common with a defending Memorial Cup champion. The Kings lost most of their stars in the off-season and were looking for their first winning streak in over 3 weeks. The Oil Kings snapped their 6-game losing streak last week and were trying to keep the momentum going as they took on the last-place Blades. The Kings started this one off with a bang as Tyler Robinson opens the scoring just 86 seconds in as he slides a softie under the pads of Trevor Martin. The Oil Kings would continue to dominate this one. Davis Koch finishes off the 3-1 as he beats Martin far side for his first career goal. Still in the second, Captain Ashton Sotner sneaks one through Martin for his second of the game, 5-0 Edmonton. Blades are looking for any sign of life. Shale Higson, bang! He lays out Luke Bertolucci, then finishes with a nice face wash. You know what? It didn't help. Dyson, every sandwich needs a little mayo, slides it to Sotner, who rips one in for the point from the hat trick. Kings roll in this one, 7-1 is your final. The defensive pairing of Sotner and Mayo combined for 5 of the Kings' 7 goals in the win.
Every chance we get, shoot everything we got. And, he actually told us to make a goal that we get 9 shots between the two of us, and I think we got 10, so 5 goals, so it actually worked out not too bad.
0 wins, 3 losses. That's the record the Edmonton Eskimos have against the Calgary Stampeders this season. But if you ask anyone on the team, it's only the 4th game that matters.
Anybody that thinks us or them, or any fans that think that any of those 3 games have any bearing on this game, is just flat wrong. And I think Calgary knows that, and we know that, and that's the same way we played it when we played against Saskatchewan. They didn't care that we beat them 2 out of the 3 times that we played them.
After beating those Riders last week, the table is set for Part 4 of the Battle of Alberta with a trip to the Grey Cup on the line. Quarterback Mike Riley will be back under center for the West Final after limited playing time against the Riders. This is Edmonton's first trip to the West Final since 2011, and you can catch the game tomorrow at 2:30. With that West Final taking place tomorrow, there may be a little extra incentive for the teams to make the Grey Cup in Vancouver. The Canadian Football League partnered with Canadian North Airlines to create the CFL branded plane. The Boeing 737 has all 9 CFL team logos painted on the fuselage and will be used to transport the 2 teams to the Grey Cup.
I will tell you, when young kids see this plane, everyone's going to want to fly on it, and I'm going to want to fly on it. If you need a flight attendant on this plane, I know how to direct people. I fly a lot of miles across this country.
The paint job took a full week and used over 75 liters of paint. After the Grey Cup, the plane will be used for special events and join Canadian North's regular fleet. A potential tax hike could be affecting homeowners in 2015.
When you're rounding off $2.5 billion,
yes,
you can get to some pretty serious numbers.
The tax increase would include a 5.3% rise in municipal property taxes. The new funds would be put towards upgrading recreation facilities, construction of LRT lines, and neighborhood renewal.
We used the term a lot last year and again this year, the operating impacts of capital. The city's growing. We add amenities, facilities, LRT, rec centers you alluded to. We need to staff those.
The city says the increase is due in large part to the growing population. Edmonton has added over 60,000 people in the last 2 years. The proposed budget will continue to be debated throughout December. The committee's recommendation, however, isn't expected until mid-April. The biggest decision on the report is, do they repurpose Rexall Place or do they demolish this iconic Edmonton landmark? Although there's a lot of attention being put on youth sports and even which sport causes the most injury, some say it's how the game is played, not the sport itself, that has the greatest impact on injuries in youth.